Hey, what's up guys? So today we have some fairly recent news about the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, and more so just some rumors and some of my own speculations on the movie and some of the interesting rumors that I've heard. And I just want to talk about some of those rumors that I found most interesting and elaborate on them just a little bit. There's been a lot of rumors about certain villains that I am insanely excited for, locations, and even the possible name for the Homecoming title. And this stuff has been out for a little while, but I really want to talk about it because Spider-Man, that's it. I thought it would be really interesting, especially because of all of the rumors that have been leaking. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely stay tuned for the rest of the video. Before we begin, make sure if you are subscribed to turn your notifications to keep up with all my latest uploads. And if you are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing if you like this video and you want to see more. So I'm really excited to talk about these rumors and all the possibilities that come with them. So let's get right into it. So there's a lot to live up to in terms of a Spider-Man sequel, especially after Spider-Man 2. Not so much after the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I think none of us should be worried at all, especially since the rumored villain is Mysterio, which is fucking incredible, guys. I love Mysterio and I think he's such an incredible and iconic character. I don't know why, but I've had Mysterio as my screensaver for like ever since I got this phone. I'm sorry, it's so disgusting and nasty with all my juices on it and stuff, but yeah, I just had a comic book with Mysterio on it and I made him my wallpaper. And I feel like Mysterio just makes things much more interesting and playful, and I'm really eager to see that in live action. I always loved playing Spider-Man 2, and I remember there was a level with him and I always loved playing that level, and it's just awesome that this is finally happening. He just makes things so much more interesting, especially with his skill set as a master of illusions. And Jake Gyllenhaal is rumored to play the role of Mysterio, which is just awesome in so many ways. Jake Gyllenhaal is a phenomenal actor and I really can't wait to see him in any type of superhero movie. And I know I've talked about Jake Gyllenhaal and me wanting him to replace Ben Affleck as the Batman, because you know, if that option is available, that would be good. But if he has the option to be in a Marvel movie, but not only a Marvel movie, an MCU movie as a main villain like Mysterio, then I'll take that all day, every day, guys. I think it'll be awesome and pretty cool, since Jake Gyllenhaal was once gonna take over for Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2 because of his injury, but unfortunately that fell through. But I feel like they'll play around with that idea, and I feel like Mysterio is going to pose as Spider-Man and frame him for all the bad stuff that he does, all those crimes. And I think it would be a good way to incorporate the Daily Bugle into the MCU and J. Jonah Jameson, of course, and just have J. Jonah talking a whole bunch of shit about Spider-Man because of these supposed crimes that he's been committing. So if the Spider-Man sequel is going to happen just minutes after Avengers 4, then maybe Mysterio has been posing as Spider-Man for a while, you know, ever since he unfortunately met his end and turned to dust in Infinity War. And when he finally gets back, he's like all framed for a whole bunch of stuff, and people don't even like Spider-Man anymore, or they think he's a menace now because of J. Jonah and Mysterio. So that could be one possibility. And when he finally comes back, he could be catching heat for all that stuff. Supposedly Mysterio is going to be an international villain, and he's gonna steal a special piece of tech from Tony Stark. What actual piece of tech it is, we can't really be sure of course, but I'm thinking it has to be something to do with nanotech, if anything, or more likely, I think what he steals will have something to do with B.A.R.F tech. Now, I feel that way because I feel like B.A.R.F tech is most applicable to his skill set as, you know, a master illusionist, and he could probably use that to get in people's heads or create fake surroundings, and that could really amplify whatever he's doing by himself and make him way more dangerous than he already possibly is. The movie is supposed to be majorly set in London, and the rumored title is said to be Spider-Man Field Trip, which I'm not mad at all, but it does sound a lot younger than Spider-Man Homecoming. And don't get me wrong, I love that Spider-Man's young, but I want to see a natural progression. I don't want him to stay young forever. I want him to actually grow, but that's just a nitpick. Supposedly they're going over there because there will be a Stark Expo, and Pepper Potts will be in the movie. So depending on the fate of Tony Stark after Avengers 4, I'm gonna assume that Pepper Potts is taking over everything in regards to Stark Industries. I love Tony Stark. I love Iron Man. RDJ is awesome, but I do feel like Avengers 4 will be the last time we see him, and that's why I do believe Pepper Potts is going to be taking over everything. There's also a rumor that Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, will be making an appearance as well before she actually gets her powers as an agent. I'm really excited for that just because they're planting the seed for more Spider people to enter this universe. There's also said to be an appearance by Matt Gargan, aka Scorpion, and a brief one from Michael Keaton's Vulture, which I'm all in for. And if you guys didn't sense it already, I'm more than positive they are definitely building up the Sinister Six. But it seems like they're doing it right this time and not wrong like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which we don't want to talk about right now. And they're doing it slowly and they're taking their time, which is good. I remember at the end of Homecoming when Scorpion was talking about all of his friends on the outside that want to hurt Spider-Man. That was the seed that will flourish throughout the next two movies. And he also mentioned the secret employer that they're all working for, which I do believe will be Norman Osborn. I mean, you can't have Spider-Man without Green Goblin. And I definitely think that they are planting the seed for Norman Osborn. And I do now believe that Avengers Tower will be Oscorp. There's a rumor that he will make a brief appearance, and I can definitely see that happening. And I just think if Tony Stark is dead, then definitely a man like Norman Osborn would seek to occupy the space that Tony Stark once occupied in the world. Of course, with his villainous intentions underneath. Maybe we'll get him in a post-credit scene, or more maybe we'll see the Avengers Tower turning into Oscorp. Something small like that, I wouldn't be surprised, or if he's mentioned at the Stark Expo. And another rumored appearance would be from that of Otto Octavius. Yes, Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock, and that would make up another Sinister Six member, and one with insane shoes to fill after Alfred Molina killed it in Spider-Man 2. I'm pretty sure he'll pop up at the Stark Expo as some developmental scientist, if he does indeed make an appearance in the movie. And there was also word that Peter is going to have a rival in that of Alistair Smythe, or Smythe was thrown around in some of the rumors. I can't really recall him too much right now, I'm sorry. But yeah, that he'll be a rival of Peter Parker, and I really can't wait to see that. Honestly, if I had to say, the next Sinister Six member is probably going to be Kraven. I don't know if they'll go all out and give Spider-Man a Sinister Six movie as his third movie, but I do think that he will eventually get a movie, or they might do something with that, with the Sinister Six. And another thing came out where somebody was talking to a costume designer, and they were saying that the costume for Spider-Man 2 is going to be a lot different, but she said something kind of interesting, the costume designer, that it's going to change because Spider-Man is growing from being a kid to being an actual man. So I'm wondering what that means for the suit. We've already seen possible like concept art for Spider-Man 2 and that Disneyland attraction thing that everybody was getting like really hyped for, and honestly I think that suit would be really cool. But I'm open to whatever Marvel Studios is going to design for the next suit. I just want to see a million different suits, and I'm super excited to see them in the MCU. But yeah guys, these are all the rumors. These are, you know, some of my thoughts. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I got anything wrong, or if I missed anything, or if I just sounded plain stupid, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your theories about these rumors, or if you want to elaborate on any of them, please do so. So if you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.